So what I want to do is make a box, and I want it to be about 4 inches tall and about 7 inches square on each side, and maybe like a beveled top and a knob on the top. And the joints, I want them to be box joints, but I want them to be irregularly spaced. So something like maybe 3 on the top and the bottom, and one large one in the middle. I'm going to use this canary wood. It's salvaged and it's got some insect damage and stains, but it looks really nice when you get finish on it. And it's already been run through a planer so that it's all dimensionally the same thickness. Of course, the first thing is to trim off the edges so they're nice and square. I'd like to take the opportunity to point out the new sticker down in the lower right corner. You should get one. Once I've got everything cut properly, I like to put a label on what's going to be the inside of the box so that I know the front, back, left, right. I like to use the shaper origin for all of my irregular things I do, especially box joints. All you have to do is follow the little marching ants on the screen. Of course, there's always the problem with modern machinery and human error. I made an offset error so that everything was fitting just a little bit too tight. I ended up having to use a little sandpaper and some chiseling and then some more sandpaper and some more chiseling and sandpaper and pounding, pounding, and then it all fit together. I prefer to make a dado in the bottom, which is a groove for the bottom panel to fit in, and I mark that with a green wood crayon, mainly just to keep track of which side is which, so that I don't put the groove in the top instead of who knows where I might put it. When I measure out the bottom panel, I like to use a piece of scrap and put it into the dado and mark where it is on the scrap, and that way I have a precise measurement for how large I need to make the panel to fit into the dado, but without being too tight. Once the bottom panel is cut to size, I take a hand plane and take the edges off just a little tiny bit, just to make sure it doesn't fit too tight in the dado, because if that ever expands, it might cause splitting in the sides. For the top, I've got a piece of salvaged koa. Before I glue anything, I put Daly's benite on everything that's exposed. This prevents the glue from staining. Once benite dries, it goes back to its natural unfinished color, so it doesn't have any lasting properties other than just sealing it from the glue. So here we are. We've got a box. It's square and sort of nice looking, although it could use a little cleanup. But now that we've spent all this time making this thing, the next thing we do is we cut it into pieces. So now that we've got it in two pieces, we're probably going to look at putting a liner inside it. Probably a pole on the top, a handle, maybe hinges, maybe not. I don't know. We'll find out. That's part of the creative process. Also, we could also make it into a hat, a brooch, or a pterodactyl. We'll find out. When I put a liner in a box, I like to miter the corners. That way it fits nice and snug and stays in the box without having to use any glue. Okay, so they said without any glue, but I'll use a little bit of glue just to make sure that it stays nice and tight if it ever gets in a really dry environment. So yeah, I'm using a little bit of glue, just enough glue, the exact amount of glue. Just stop asking questions and watch the video. there it is. I like it. The irregularly spaced box joints are fabulous, I think. And then the liner with the felt adds a special touch. I'll probably do more like this. Maybe some different shapes, circles, saw cuts, who knows. I would probably use something that has more contrast on one side than the canary wood, because it doesn't quite show up the box joints as a feature, but it's nice. And the fresh wax, it smells good. I hope you enjoyed it. Ah, geez, I know it was here somewhere.